what's going on, folks? And this is another episode of Ryan Reviews Everything, and we're talking about the Shaad Season 6, Episode 8. And this is the mid-season finale, or finale. Correct me if I'm wrong. But what a great episode. Let's just get into it. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Douda survives the finale. All right? That's what we know. And another elephant in the room. Rob aim is horrible. I'm talking about Spice Adams can't hit the rim horrible. That was crazy. And that's one of the things. It's like, what's the saying? I'm butchering a little bit, but it's like, you know, if you aim at the king, you better not miss. Yeah, them boys missed. And Douda definitely seems like the type who's going to turn up now that, you know, he survived what he survived, okay? And of course, it's clear. I mean, I'm sure, you know, Douda and crew, they're smart enough to put two and two together and realize Emmett is the one who set him up. He makes the call. Hey, I got to talk to you about something. Meet me at the spot. You go to the spot, and you know it almost life is flashing before your eyes. So yeah, it was crazy. But speaking of that, I you know, just to backtrack a little bit, if you've seen this channel before, I do jump around a little bit. I really enjoyed the opening of this episode. I thought I really appreciated all the flashbacks and the you know, footage from like previous seasons. Just the fact of Kevin going on the train, just looking out the window, and also welcome. That song was amazing. I think it's "Welcome to the Shy." I need to find out who sang it. I need to look it up. From the ear test, it sounds like BJ, the Chicago Kid, which would make sense, but I could be wrong. But either way, that song was fire. I thought the opening of this episode was so fire. Him just laughing at, literally, you know, grinning, you know, and stuff like that, thinking about the good memories. And even he shed a tear during some of the bad memories, you know. So just all those things of that whole buildup of, you know, all the memories that he endured throughout from season 1 to season 6. And I love how they did that periodically throughout the episodes. We see it again when he's riding bikes with his friends. All of a sudden, good memories when he was with his friends. He sees, you know, memories when he's, you know, chilling with Keisha one last time. And I ain't gonna front. I'm not, you know, call me a softie, okay? I almost shed a tear when Keisha, the current grown Keisha and grown Kev, they're running and Kev is still trying to catch up to the sister. And then you see the flashback of Kevin, a younger, middle school Kevin, like struggling to catch up with his sister. And that was a nice touch. The writers and the director, everyone was in their bag, especially in this episode. That was beautiful to see. So yeah, call me a softie. I almost cried off of that. I do want to get into some of the people who I felt like were really wilding in this episode. One, I do think Keisha was definitely out of pocket. To, you know, they do the makeup thing. You know, I'm on YouTube, so I'm trying to learn what words I can and can't use. But you see how Emmett and Keisha make up earlier in the episode. And then, like, shortly after that, like, you know, they get a little tiff a little bit. But shortly after that, she's on the phone texting Nuck again. And then later in the episode, we see that, you know, at first I thought, okay, I guess she's texting Nuck to see about, you know, maybe she wants to do a follow-up conversation about protecting, Nuck protecting Emmett and Keisha or whatever. But I was like, what's the point of that? Because it's like when they finally meet, like I don't recall them having any conversation about that. And instead, Nuck is like, sound like he's trying to, you know, shoot his shot to get that old thing back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was just like, look, I just need someone to talk to. I just like hanging with you again. Like, come on, man. You know, so I feel like Keisha was wilding for that. She is one of my favorite characters on the show, but you got to call it out when you see it. Like, and I don't even think it's an ego thing. It's like, you know, whether you're a man or woman, I don't think anyone is that cool with you, you know, texting, you know, an ex, like, you know, texting an ex. And I don't know. I don't think it's an ego thing. I don't think it's necessarily something that's overly jealous. But it's like, you know, that's what it is. I don't think it's cool to just be texting and hanging out with your ex, especially when it's, you know, behind your partner's back. Like that's the shady part about it. You know, I understand like some people can get in the current relationship and still be cool and cordial and friendly with their ex, but then again, that is all in the open. It's not like you're trying to talk to your ex and hang out with your ex, you know, on the low. I mean, she did redeem herself, of course, because she did say, you know, I'm sorry if I sent any type of mixed signals. You know, Emmett would have a fit if he knew I was talking to you. I don't think we can do this. So that was redeemable, of course. But overall, you know, she was wilding for that. And another person wilding, definitely Jemma. You know, I thought it was hilarious. Her, you know, the moment Jake told her the good news, hey, you know, I gotta, you know, Kev gonna let me take over his lease. I'm gonna have a new place. Automatically thinking, oh, we got a new place. We gonna move in together now. That's cool. And it's like, nah, that's not what I meant. And then all of a sudden she was in her feelings, and all of a sudden it's like, you know what? I don't think we should have relations anymore, and all this other stuff. And it was like, that was a bit overboard. And also, you know, sometimes you got to listen to the actions, you know, instead of somebody's words. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that Gianna, who is, no shade to Maisha, I do think Gianna has is a little bit more talented than Maisha. Hopefully Maisha can get out of her jealousy feelings and they could do a track together. I think they should probably collab instead of Maisha hating. But that track that Gianna was playing in the studio was fire. But anyway, my whole point is you got to listen. You got to look at someone's actions more so than their words. It's like, yeah, you giving me $10,000 and I don't even, you know, I ain't even proved anything yet. This is $10,000 for something else. And this is not $10,000 of I believe in you money. This is $10,000 of, you know, I'm trying to see what it do money. That's really what it is. And Jake saw right through it, and I'm glad Jake kept it 100. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was funny. Like Jake had to put her on. Like, yeah, you know, she's your pimp now. That's pretty much what you accepted. So we'll definitely see how that goes in the next episode. Another hilarious part, and another person who I thought was wilding was Shaad. Nobody asked you to, you know, nobody prompted you to send that text. Tiara, you know, even though that was a one night fling or whatever, there was no sign or indication whatsoever that Tiara was thinking about you at all. You sent this text, you know, about, oh, I'm gonna have to let you go. That one night was that one night, and you messed around, and you know, you got in your own way, basically, Shaad. You got in your own way. You sent the text to your girl Deja instead of to Tiara, and it was all for nothing. It's like there was no sign ever since they did what they did that said, "Dag, you know, I'm still thinking about what Shaad was doing." Nah, Tiara is completely happy with Marcus, who is Jemma's dad. Ain't thinking about you at all, and yet you sent the text and you got in your own way, bro. That was hilarious to me. And yeah, man, I thought overall this episode was beautiful. Bakari is out here feeling sorry for himself. Hopefully he gets out of that. I felt like that was just a quick one, you know, and you know, same thing with Big Papa. You know, he's definitely still grieving, of course, trying to live his life. He wants to, you know, looks like he's trying to follow his footsteps of his father, who passed away. And also he broke up with old girl based off of his father's wishes. I think he did it based because he's still in some type of grief with his father. I think that was still emotions making the decision, not necessarily what he really feels about old girl. And yeah, I forgot, I should have brought this up earlier. When it comes to next season, Victor looked like he's bringing the old Trig back, bro. Victor is going into old Victor mode, which I'm not excited about because he's made so much progress. So to see him backslide, even though it was kind of a cool moment, you know, he looks like he's about to go risk it all whenever the next season comes about. So I don't know how to feel about that. And also, Alicia, Rob's mom, just from that hospital exchange alone with Tiffany, yeah, I think Rob is right. Tiffany, Alicia might be worse than Douda. Alicia really might make Douda look like a saint. Just that whole conversation in the hospital, definitely disrespecting, the mess out of Tiff. Definitely ain't taking any type of accountability for asking Rob to ride out on Douda. Definitely ain't taking the responsibility for that. And just straight up, just on some bold faced lie stuff. Alicia might be worse than Douda, and she's also, definitely putting the bug in Zay's ear, trying to flip some of them or poach some of Douda's people, clearly. So yeah, next season is going to be crazy. Just real briefly, I know this video is a little longer, but hey, man, what do you expect? This was a great episode. Some of my predictions for the next season. One, I do think Emmett is definitely going to be in trouble. Emmett is going to be in a world of hurt next season. And with that being said, Keisha and the kids are in jeopardy as well. I think the only saving grace for Emmett and his family is going to be either Darnell saving the day, or even Nuck. Nuck might save the day in some form or fashion if Emmett and Emmett's family comes into any type of harm next season, or is in any jeopardy of you get what I'm trying to say. Any other predictions? I do feel like Jemma is clearly going to regret taking that money from I don't think, it's definitely taking that money from Bakari's sister. She's definitely going to regret that. And other than that, man, even though I'm not a big fan of it, we're definitely going to see the old Trig back next season. That is made very clear. And I do believe we are going to have a bit of a power struggle between Alicia and Douda. I believe they're going to bump heads. I believe that's going to go down. I believe it's going to be a lot of drama, a lot more drama, I should say, next season. I really am looking forward to. I think it's going to be a face-off between those two people, Douda and Alicia. So I'm excited to see about that. Let me know some of your predictions. Let me know what you liked. Let me know if there was any other character that you felt like were tripping outside of Jemma, Keisha, and Shaad. And hopefully, if Rob gets out of the hospital, he first thing he goes to is the range to work on that aim, bro. Love it or hate it, that's my review. Peace.